Hi, this is Father Ron. Thanks for joining me for this segment of Friday with Father Ron. As you can tell, it's not the normal scenery. I'm in Florida visiting my parents this past week to spend a little time with them. So I'm grateful for the time away and the time with my mom and dad. This week is the Feast of the Baptism of the Lord, and it is a feast where we are reminded of our own baptism. And with our baptism also comes our own call to personal holiness. So I really want to encourage you to think about your life as a life of a saint. We strive every day to be filled with the Holy Spirit, enlivened by the Lord, moving towards the Father in Jesus Christ through the power of the Holy Spirit. So we are all called to sainthood. And if we are blessed to be a parent, we are called to get our children to heaven. And if we are blessed to still be a spouse, we're called to help our spouse get to heaven. So we are called to be a domestic church, 11 in the world. And this Feast of the Baptism, Lord, which begins then on Monday, this ordinary time that will bring us to Ash Wednesday. This is a great feast for us to be renewed in the waters of rebirth once again. In the bulletin, there are many ways that we can nourish our own personal call to holiness. On January 17th, we're going to be starting Exodus 90 in the fall, which was the concluding months of the year of St. Joseph, myself included. There were 12 of us that participated in this retreat experience, and it was certainly life-giving. So if you would like to consider that, there's information around the parish. It is a time for added prayer, fraternity, and asceticism. And these three pillars really help us to dive more deeply into our relationship as we read the book of Exodus for 90 days. And then there are some beautiful reflections, not only in the book of Exodus, but on the weekly readings. The Exodus 90 app has other opportunities as well. There's a Lenten program coming up if you'd like to dive into the book of Genesis. So check that out and visit our website for more information. This weekend, as we return back to January, we are having a breakfast. So join us for breakfast on Sunday morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. In 2 weeks from now, we're going to have a parish supper. So the mid to end of that Saturday in January, I believe it's the 20th, we're going to have short ribs, smashed potatoes, which are rough mashed potatoes. We're going to have roasted carrots, a nice green salad, and then chocolate cherry dessert. So they're always very delicious, $16 per person. One can eat any of our meals either to go or in person in our social hall. So just keep a lookout for that. This weekend coming up, we're also going to have our Knights of Columbus, which is a council that is shared by many of the local parishes. Just talk a little bit about their mission and ministry and invite, again, men of the parish to consider joining. It's definitely a family-friendly activity for men and their spouses and children. There really is no woman's companion to Exodus 90. When doing a little research, the founders of Exodus 90 really feel like their wheelhouse is men's spirituality. As I was talking to one of our parishioners about it, she sort of noted that women have just a greater capacity to be, servants and surrender, which Exodus 90 really helps us to examine, those of us who are men, through these practices of asceticism. But we are offering 2 women's programs this year, Walking with Purpose, and then an afternoon of recollection. So 3 hours, we're going to be just gathering women of different ages and hopefully have some real spiritual quality time together. So we're trying to find programs that suit everyone's needs, whether it be a program like Exodus 90, which has daily activity, something that Lenten retreat like we did last year, which is an 8-week experience around the spirituality of St. Ignatius, Walking with Purpose, this day of recollection for women, whatever it might be, a communal group. These are all ways that we can be nourished in our own personal call to holiness. Lastly, I just wanted to let you know that our bishop, Bishop Edward Malesic, encouraged parishes to consider creating a section in our churches where people could all be wearing masks. So we have a very large church. It has capacity for 1,000 people. And the most southern section, so the downstairs choir area, which is actually in that point downstairs on the Southern Electric Boulevard parking lot, and the adjoining section, we're going to reserve for mask wearing only. The other 3 sections, the 2 in the middle and the most northern section, which is by the tabernacle, one could wear a mask or choose not to wear a mask. So just want to encourage people that no matter where one is on the spectrum of mask wearing or not mask wearing, we would like you to join us for worship. It is encouraged that during communion time that everyone wear a mask up to communion, just for the safety of the ordinary minister, myself, one of the other priests, or Deacon Keith, or one of our extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion. So we are praying the litany of trust during this time, and we need to continue to place our trust in the Lord as we celebrate our own baptism, and just know God's blessing in your life and how much I love being your pastor. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.